Hello everyone, this is the Diesel here at Conker. Put that little woohoo magazine away. This isn't an M-rated game. I can't use an excuse this is a kid's game anymore, because it's not, even though it kind of was. But anyway, this is Sakura the Diesel saying, welcome back to Let's Play Conker's Bad Fur Day. Last time we left off, we went into the new area, the barnyard area, killed a rat, was able to make a pitchfork commit suicide, even though he didn't really commit suicide because he got no neck. Then we were helping a bee pollinate a big-breasted sunflower. So Conker's seen a lot of shit today. And he's gonna see more shit today. And my good friend is here with me today again.
Yeah, the kinmaker 1 is here with Koa, the Diesel.
Hey. So, anyway, today in this episode we're actually gonna finish up the barnyard area and everything. So we only have one more area left to go, and it's this little part right here with this crate. So just make sure you time yourself this right. But thankfully the crate stays there for a pretty long time, so you should have no trouble getting up here. Now, this is the part where the game is going to start to get a little bit challenging and such. Not too bad in here, but this is another one of those where, like, you have to make sure you position yourself just right, and also make sure your timing is good as well. Because right here, what you need to do is that you need to, well, actually, you can either walk or fly over to the steps, but it's more better if you walk over here. So, just gotta do a little bit of tight roping, watch the bats and such. Now, this part is not too bad, because you can actually see them flying towards you. So, yeah, so once you see them actually start flying towards you and such, get your flamethrower out and just basically flame their asses.
You can also do it based on the sound. Like before, when I do that eat sound, that's when you press the D button.
Yeah, but since we have headphones plugged in, I'm not even going to be able to hear the sound. So it's just, yeah, this one's just going to be more that, like, you know, I hope my timing is good for this part right here. But like I said, this part's not too bad and such. And even this boss fight coming up with the hay bear, not the hay bear, but basically, yeah, the giant hay and such. It's actually one of the easiest bosses in this game. It can be a little tough for first timers, but he's not that tough. So, alright, so what we need to do, we need to get our good friend the pitchfork down. So, again, like I said, this is one of those where, like, you really do have to practice on your aiming, because, like I said, the aiming in this game is not the best sometimes. Because, like I said, actually, I meant to get that down. But like I said, yeah, the aiming is not really the best because, you know, sometimes you don't even know, like, okay, am I going too high, too low, and such, so... But it's not really all that bad, so, like, you know, once you get your aiming down just right and such, it's not too bad. So, I'm gonna try to make sure I don't lose... There we go.
What'd you do that for?
I wanna make sure I at least have all my chocolate here.
Why is it you have to repeat everything I say?
I don't see everything, do I?
Yes, you do.
Yes, you do, actually.
Yeah, we all had those kind of friends.
Yep.
What? Thank you, Mr. Squirrel.
Okay, actually, okay, so here's one of the scenes that was actually changed, because even Nintendo was just like, yeah, no, you're not keeping that. So the way he said, like, one of the executions you heard, originally he was supposed to say, it's like one of them lynchings you hear. And the masks that the paintbrush and the cans were wearing were, let's just say, a different color. And, yeah, even Nintendo was just like, yeah, no, you're definitely not keeping that in, change it.
Yeah, it's even worse later down the line in the game, too.
Yeah. Well, we mentioned in the last episode that we're a little surprised that Nintendo was able to let Rare get away with most of his stuff. It's sort of true and sort of not. Not surprisingly, Nintendo was really worried about this game getting released and such, because even though Nintendo has done sort of adult games before, it was never to this extreme and such, and they were very worried about, like, you know, especially with, like, you know, parents and such and everything, like, you know, Nintendo being known as, like, a family-friendly company and everything, like, how are they going to react to a game like this and such? So in terms of, like, advertisement and trying to get this, and yeah, okay, so yeah, this little, I'll go back to what I was saying a little earlier, but this boss fight is a little bit, tough. The first time it's not too bad. You can actually get behind him, no problem. It's trying to get him the second time is when he can get a little bit tough. What you want to do is at least wait until he turns around and such, and just trying to make sure he doesn't see you. Because because if he sees you, then he will try to chase after you and actually basically give you a really long-ass high five in the face.
Can't you just stab him no matter what?
I mean, I think you can still stab him, but I want to try to see if I can stab him in the back if I can. I think I did actually. I actually thought I missed it, but no.
It's after this.
Yeah. Well, actually, yeah, you do make a good point. And yeah, how does a hay barrel catch on fire? I don't know, but as you can see, it was not a hay barrel. It was Arnold Schwarzenegger. Well, I mean, actually, I think that's kind of what they were going for with the chain, and definitely with that Terminator line. But yeah, like I said, this game likes to make movie references a lot.
Oh yeah, they kind of go overboard in my eyes. Though.
Yeah. But pretty much back to what I was saying about Nintendo and releasing this game. Yeah, very little advertising was done to this game and such, and a lot of stores, especially stores like Toys R Us or even like family-friendly stores, refuse to sell this game and such. So this game was really you had to be let's just say you had to be a little lucky to try to come across this game at its first release. Like even back then, trying to get this game on eBay, I can remember this game cost me about $200 to get on eBay, so I can't imagine how much it was back then when it first came out. So alright, I'm gonna wait and see. Yeah, like I said, I think it would be a lot more better if you were to at least do something like this. That way you won't get hit too much.
Yeah, now here comes the hard part actually.
This part is not that hard. Actually, turns to boss fight. This one's really simple of what you need to do. But I will agree. But I will admit, the one part that is hard is his missiles. But even then, it's not all that bad. But it's the part coming after this that I will agree it is pretty hard.
Yeah, that's actually what I meant. Like the part after this boss fight.
Yeah. Now I'm pretty sure this does not happen in the original game, because in this emulator, you can clearly see that he's not dead and such. I'm pretty sure in the original game he was surrounded by a sea of flames, and it was supposed to be a build-up that he's still alive.
I don't think I like the sound of that music.
I don't think I
And we can't hear it, but they're actually playing the Terminator music here.
Yeah.
So hopefully I don't get copyrighted for that.
They won't. You won't. Trust me.
Susie 9mm.
Oh, boy.
Right here, sweetie pie. Just tell me where to shoot.
Oh Lord.
Yeah. Alrighty. So what you want to do for here? First of all, try to get on this pitchfork and go to the nearest pipe that you can get to. Now it is possible that it is possible that you will get shot over here if you're not fast enough, but it's not that bad. So if you get shot once and such, and you find a chocolate bar, you should be okay. Now once one of the pipes is gone, lower him over to the water very slowly. Again, thank God this is 60 frames per second.
And he gets electrocuted.
Yeah, and then what you want to do, keep following him until he's ready to turn around. Right here. Okay, you do have the time. Let's try it now. Jump and press B button as fast as you can and push. Then you just gotta do that 2 times. So it's real simple. It's a real simple boss fight, and you really should have no trouble with it. Even for first timers, you really shouldn't have too much trouble with it.
It took me a while when I first did this. Actually, I was playing with my friend, and he destroyed this boss on his first attempt. When I did it, it took me about 5 tries.
That sounds about right. I think I might have gotten it on the first try, although I can't say for sure. I think there might have been some moments where I also died as well as the boss. But he's not that bad.
Yeah, but I really don't like the effects for the electricity. Later I do like the effects because they actually get better later.
Yeah. Well, we also have to understand this was still N64, and even though it is still impressive for what they were able to do to an N64 cart and such. And I just went the wrong way, so I think there's no doubt I'm gonna get shot here.
We'll see.
Yeah. Oh no, I didn't get shot, surprisingly.
And
I might get shot here. No, I did not, surprisingly. Okay. But anyway, as I was saying, it's still a little impressive on how they were able to do for an N64 game, like especially the graphics. Again, like the graphics and the art style are really good, and especially how they were able to comprise all the voice acting for this game. You know, it's really impressive. But like then again, yeah, it does have that charm N64 animations, especially with the mouth movements and everything.
That's what makes it funny too.
Yeah, true. Cause like you know, I was watching the remake of this game, Live and Reloaded. Although I do think the background art is really impressive and a lot better than the N64, there was something about the characters' movements and animation that just lost its charm to me compared to the original N64. And I really can't quite explain why. Like, I don't know, like, it was just because, like, the mouse just didn't feel right, or, like, the way they moved didn't feel right, but there was just something about the animation in terms of the characters that just didn't seem right to me.
Oh, no.
Yeah, I can see that. I can believe that because I've seen the mouth movements. They kind of look too realistic instead of cartoonish.
Yeah. I think that's the real problem with the remake, is that, like, they're trying to be a little bit too real, whereas this game is just, like, you know, it's trying to be, like, one of those, like, you know, adult cartoons that you see in, like, South Park and Family Guy and all that, where like, yeah, there's, yeah, there is swearing, but it's clear it's one of those games where you're not supposed to take seriously, you know. You're supposed to, you know, just sit down, have fun, and, you know, enjoy all these wacky, unlikable/likable characters and their, quirkiness to them. And I think that's why, you know, this game is still memorable to some people.
There you go.
Even those that have never seen the game, you know, like Conker, you know, Conker's still recognizable and memorable, even after 20 years, and that's not included, you know, like he is clearly, you know, an obscure character in terms of how many games he has. Because, like, he only has this, and there was another game before this game called Conker's Pocket Tale for the Game Boy. And the only other game he had was the remake, and that was it.
Okay, yeah, no need to get.
But yeah, okay, so this is the part where I actually did die. No matter how I try, somehow I always found myself always dying to this part, even after I'm trying to be careful and everything. I even died during the practice run too in this game. This part is not that bad, but it's basically a real. It's one of those things where it is a time-based little level. Basically, what you want to do is that you want to try to get to the top, but you also want to be aware of the those electrical wires over there. So before you go anywhere, you want to make sure you at least cut down the wires first, and that can be a little tricky. Again, especially with the aim. The first sections here is not too bad because they are close enough to where you can aim them just fine and everything. The second sets, especially the last one that is really far away, can mess you up, and that part actually did mess me up when I first played through this. Actually, when I first played through this, I had a lot of trouble with this part as a kid, because as a kid I kept confusing the B button with the Z button. So, excuse me. So sometimes I would actually find myself accidentally pressing the B button when I meant to press the Z button. So I had to press the B button again, which basically meant my time was keep getting shorter and shorter until I could no longer cut the wires, and I just had to basically accept that I'm dead. But this part right here, hopefully if everything goes well, then before we end up the episode, I will show myself dying somewhere. I think, yeah, actually, no, not here. If I don't die here, then I know of a perfect place where I can actually die. Alright, yeah, this wire right here, this is the one that actually messed me up, so let's see if I can try and get this. Got it, nice, okay, now there's one more right up here, and I need to get it fast. Got it, nice. Alright, so now all you need to do is just wait for this little wire to rise up, and you should see an opening soon.
Pretty much safe at this point.
Yeah, you pretty much are. So all you really gotta do is just wait for this water to rise up just a little bit more. See if I can actually, yeah, the little brightness and darkness in this room kind of makes it hard to see a little bit, but I found it.
It's kind of weird that the music is still playing too, considering all the considering you finished the wires.
Yeah, N64 stuff.
Yeah.
But then again, that's the thing with video games in general. Alright, so all I need to do, yeah, just get on this guy's tablet and flip. There you go.
Question is, how the
Hey!
like, how did he get out of there? The pitchfork, I mean.
Maybe he swam, or maybe he has teleportation powers.
I'm going with teleportation.
Yeah, I mean, okay, yeah. Basically, if you're not the main character in the video game, all other characters get teleportation powers, and you get nothing.
Exactly.
That's the rule in any video game. Now, if you actually go back inside the barn and such, you actually just basically go back down to the sewers and everything. So you go back down to the sewers and just basically come back up here and everything. Now, this part is a little tricky as well, too. Again, it's another one where you do have to make sure you time yourself and everything. So, you gotta want...
yeah, these things, you gotta be careful.
Yeah, with these little wops and such. So, basically, just wait a little few minutes, and... Yeah, when he goes to the right, basically, you're almost pretty much safe. But don't feel too bad or surprised if they sting you, because if they do, as long as you don't fall off too far down, you should be okay. And they actually do give you some chocolate too, so you know you should be just fine. So, made it, nice. Yeah. This part always gets me scared because sometimes I don't even know did I make it or am I gonna get stunned.
Exactly.
So especially this part right here. I think this is the part that
Keep it going.
Okay, somehow I did not get steamed, but I don't care. I'll take it.
Yeah. Oh, here we go. I love this part.
Alrighty, ready for cartoon logic. Conker could be an anvil now. Why? Cause look you. And yeah. So basically, with the sewers, with the water from the sewers all gone, we open up this part.
And you see that hook there? Well, when he dies, that's gonna become relevant.
Yeah, it will. And before I die, I want to get something real quick before I die. And we're actually still making some good progress. So even if I do die, maybe I might show off just maybe a little sneak peek on the next level, and then we'll call it an episode. We'll see, or maybe we might just make this to a little bit of a short episode. We'll see. We'll see what we get. But anyway, let me go get something very important over there, and then we'll show off what happens when you die. Because there's actually some good secrets around here too when you die. Alrighty. Doesn't matter if you go to the water. I'm gonna go to the water in this one. Actually, I think this part is a little bit more quicker to get to what you need over here. Alright.
And there goes the money.
There he goes. Yeah, these monies also have funny dialogues too. The more you, the more you get more money and everything. There's actually two in here, and it's actually my favorites. One we won't get to much later, but I think there's one we did see where he said like, "Hey, I'm here, pick me up, shithead."
I know, right?
Anyway, alrighty. So before we go, I will show off what happens when we do die, because I have been thinking to myself, what should be the perfect place to basically die in this game and such. And I figured, this should be as good as any place to die. So here's one good place to where you can actually mess up on accident and get yourself killed. And I've actually done this before plenty of times when I play this game sometimes.
True enough, I had that problem too.
I actually did that myself too when I did my first practice of this game, and I didn't know like if this was a good way to get down or not. Okay, so basically what I'm gonna do. All in this life, Conker just wanted to go home. He wanted to go home. He wanted to rest up. He wanted to have sexy time with his girlfriend Barry and everything. And now he had to do all this shit, and he's still nowhere home. So I'm going home a different way.
Oh yeah, with this death scene though, it all depends on how far you drop.
Yeah.
Here we go.
This is my favorite part right here. Everyone loves this character. I love this character.
Who doesn't? Seriously.
And actually, someone brought up a good point. I think this is the only time a video game has ever referenced, like, if you're dead, why are you still alive, or why do you still have so many lives? And this is a really clever way for them to make an excuse. Yeah, you're dead, but we can still give you plenty of lives. I don't think we ever had a video game that actually has done this before, or even after this game. Anyway, yeah. Basically, did you ever want to see what the Grim Reaper's little son looks like? Well, here he is.
Don't laugh.
Aren't you a
Like
little
Grim
short to
from
be a
Grim
Grim
vs.
Reaper?
Milliman. This is
Well,
his
how
son.
many Grim
Yep,
Reapers
Greg.
have you met
Which actually makes
before,
sense.
mate?
Yep.
What am I supposed to
Too
look
bad he
at?
doesn't have a Jamaican
Yeah,
accent.
that's a good point. Well made.
Now,
Let's see. Yes, Conker.
Conker.
Surname?
The squirrel.
The
You
squirrel.
would think that would be the middle name.
Oh, bloody hell, you would have to be a sodding squirrel, wouldn't you?
Why, is there a problem with that?
Well, yes, there is, actually.
Actually.
It's like those
Like those
bloody
bloody
cats.
cats.
Such a
Such a
pain in the
pain
ass.
in the ass.
You're one of these special cases.
Oh, really?
Yes, apparently, according to the powers that be, I'm just doing my job. I do what
Yeah,
I'm
the,
told.
the developers
Then
and
you get
the people making this game.
Apparently, squirrels can have as many lives as they think they can get away with.
Oh, I see. So I'm not dead.
You're dead, but not quite.
Now, we did mention in the last
Right,
episode that this game was
well,
supposed to have
I'll
a
be off then.
sequel. And the sequel also involved with Greg and such. One of the things they wanted to do with the sequel was basically you fight off Greg with a bunch of cats.
You may not be dead.
That was one of the ideas, and the main plot of the sequel was that Greg helped the King Panther get back to life and such, and basically try to execute Conker.
I hate those things. Right,
Man, I have not
distributed
seen
around
that
your
in a
little
while.
world are these
Yeah,
tail
the
things.
ideas for the sequel.
Squirrel
Yeah.
tails.
Yeah.
If you do that thing,
Like what's funny is that
I'll give you an extra
when
chance.
Rare was brought up by Microsoft promised that
well,
after they do the
sounds a bit
remake they
strange,
were gonna
but
make the
okay.
sequel, and shocker, it
Strange?
never happened.
It's
But
Microsoft.
that
What do you
bloody deal you're
expect?
going
Yeah.
to get, you little prick. Right, that's it. Piss off. I've got some cats to see. Bloody things. I hate those bloody
That's another
cats.
thing I kind of want to
They
also
make
bring
meow
up,
and
like,
they-
because we also mentioned in the beginning of this episode that Conker was meant to be like a really cutesy kids game and everything, and the reason, and that was basically the main reason why they changed it to this game, because people kept complaining that, just another cutesy platformer from Rare and such, and they're like, okay, well, you want a balls out, adult rated game? Here you go. This also does make me wonder, let's see, I want to try this, I don't think I should. But anyway, yeah, so now you get lives in this game and such. So now every time you lose all of your chocolate bars and such, you get a life. So you get 2 in this game, but as my friend here suggested or said, that basically once you get to a hook and everything, I'm gonna go down real quick. I don't want to try to go too far. Anyway, once you, if you see a hook, then basically that hook is basically a way for you to get another life and such. And there's a hidden hook as well here too that I want to show off real quick once we get to it. But anyway, going back to my question, if this game wasn't made, like say that Rare actually actually decided to still go through with their original idea for Conker. Do you think Rare still would have been brought out by Microsoft, or do you think Nintendo still would have kept Rare?
Oh, no. Microsoft still would have bought Rare.
You think so?
Oh, yeah.
Alright.
There's no doubt about that. Because I'm pretty sure that Rare wanted their ideas, I guess. I mean, Microsoft wanted Rare's ideas, but they didn't do too well, if you ask me.
I see. Alright. Because I think it's not too much of a stress to say that, thanks to this game, Nintendo was really more than happy to let Microsoft have Rare and everything. Because like I said, there were actually some arguments and issues during the making and even the marketing of this game and everything. Because like I said, Nintendo being a family-friendly show and or a family-friendly company and such.
Not anymore.
Yeah, well, not anymore. But even back then, they were worried. Yeah, we don't wanna try to be associated too much with this game. In fact, when this game was released in Europe, Europe was more than happy to let THQ publish this game itself and such, and just have Nintendo sort of be like, a little hey, we sort of made this game, but not really. We kind of didn't want anything to do with this game. So that's why, I also want to think that, if they were to go with the original Conker idea, I'm sure Nintendo probably would have tried to do something to make sure Rare stayed with them and everything. But at the same time, I think even before Conker, Rare and Nintendo were having some issues anyway to begin with. So yeah, I think it would only been a matter of time for Rare to be bought up by Microsoft, regardless if this game came out or not. anyway, we'll get this one squirrel tail right here, and then I'll show you where the extra squirrel tail is. It's a very special one too. And what's nice about this game is that like you can get as many squirrel tails as you want. Like you think if you get this one, you can't get that squirrel tail ever again. No, that squirrel tail will still there. Either if you die or either if you leave the area and come back, that squirrel tail will be back over there. So you can get as many lives as you want. But there's a better way for you to get just the right amount of lives for people that are having a tough time with this game, which we'll show off in the next recording session. But anyway, alright, let's show off this little squirrel tail, and then we'll call it an episode right here.
Next area first before we call it an episode.
Yeah, let's do that too. Alright, so what you want to do right over here is put yourself up here. Now you also want to make sure to fly, because I tried to do this without flying, but you actually do need to fly in order to get this squirrel's tail. But go over here, press the B button, and there you go.
Well, I have never seen this before. I am not gonna lie.
Well, actually, guess what? You think this squirrel tail will give you 1 lives? 10 lives.
Yeah, I've never seen this before.
It gives you 10 lives, and like I said, that will actually be open for the rest of the game. So, like I said, if you want to get as many lives as you can, if you want to go crazy and go for 99 lives, then just keep leaving the area and keep going back, and you get your 99 lives. Now, for some areas that's possible, but for others it's not that possible. So to make it easy for some people that want, you know, the maximum amount of lives, I will show you a cheat code. But anyway, alright, so let's just move on to this area. So anyway,
Well, it was a Konami code.
if only. But this game was not made by Konami, sadly. Well, kind of not sadly, because it's still Rare, and Rare made good games back then.
Yeah.
And now Rare, after this game, pretty much fallen off the face of the earth. But anyway, this has been Sakura the Diesel saying thank you all so much for watching. Next time when we come back, we're gonna go back to the Winnie chapter, and I say chapter with air quotes and such, which I'll explain a little bit more later. But yeah, we're gonna do Winnie again, and we're gonna go inside this little shack that we couldn't get into the first time, but now we can. And let's just say that you guys are gonna see a lot of shit. Literally. But this has been Sakura the Diesel saying thank you all so much for watching. If you guys enjoyed the episode, don't forget to hit the like button. If you guys want to see more episodes of Conker or any of your other favorite games, that subscribe button as well. Speaking of games, don't forget if you guys got any games you want me to try out, list them in the comments or on YouTube or on my Facebook page. If you guys want to see the first part of a new Let's Play series a week early, you can also donate to Patreon if you want. But until then, this has been Sakura, and it's my good friend,
Kinmaker 1.
and we'll see you all in the next episode on Conker's Bad Fur Day, so take care, guys.
Bye.